Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NTR podcast, the Night-Themed Rave. I am one of your hosts, Raven, and I'm joined by our usual suspects.
Hello everyone, my name is Lord and Monkey. I am, as usual, very wholesome and glad to be back. And why are we sus?
I should say, why are we the suspects?
I don't know, why not? And, Karma.
Fair enough. I am Heir of Karma. I'm usually the scuffed one of these podcasts. Glad to be back.
If it makes you feel better, I forgot to put the background music on for a moment, and I remembered when I switched to the scene and did my intro, and I'm like, this is oddly quiet.
Put on the music!
We got music now, it's alright.
Good.
Might need to turn it down slightly more. Not sure. It's really hard to tell, like, how much the audio should be at. Either way, today's episode is God of War. I'm eating dinner. Karma has watched a video. I believe it's a 14-hour video, yes. What is the channel name?
Gamer's Little Playground.
Okay, Gamer's Little Playground. And then we did a video...
Suggestive gaming.
Yes, Suggestive Gaming. That was a 20-minute long video summarizing God of War, starting with the comics, and then ending at the, not the newest game, I mean the newest game technically, which is God of War 2016, I believe it was, the year?
2018.
2018?
Yes, 28. Yes.
Fuck, we're in 2021, I forgot. It's almost
Also,
2022, oh my god.
Noob Slayer, if you look at what kind of channel it is, you know that we don't play games on this channel.
Yeah, we don't really play games on this channel unless we're talking about the game, but we don't really do, like, playthroughs or Let's Plays. So, God of War's story. Karma knows the most, I think, out of the three of us, but Monkey knows the most about Norse mythology. I mean, not
Greek
North,
mythology.
Greek mythology. I know the most about Norse mythology, I think. So, where do we start, boys? Do we start with Monkey's first question? How many questions do you have, anyway? I didn't get to see.
I have complaints. I have about 16 complaints on mythological inaccuracies.
Okay, I have 8 questions, and only one of them is about mythology, or 2 of them, maybe 3 are about mythological stuff.
How about we start with your questions? Because me, it's just me being ticked off by the video I watched.
Okay. My first question is... Okay, so basically, it starts, I believe this is just the comics only, Kratos' wife and daughter get sick, and he has to get ambrosia in order to save them. But my question is, isn't ambrosia a deadly poison in real life?
I said no. Actually.
In mythological Greece, ambrosia was the food of the gods.
Okay, I didn't know that.
No, ambrosia was the drinks of the god, and I think amber was the food of the gods.
Okay. And that's specifically Roman or Greek mythology?
Yes.
Okay. Because, yeah, I've never heard of that before, actually, so that's interesting. Okay.
Ambrosia was the nectar of the gods.
Okay. Kind of like the forbidden fruit from the Christianity.
Yes and no, because you won't cause a lot of shit if you drink ambrosia. It's just food meant for the gods. You won't just like get basically thrown out of paradise for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you won't. Nothing bad happens if you do it. It's just kind of like.
It's just really rare and hard to find.
Well, it's basically like the closest thing we could have in Christian mythology would be like holy wine and holy bread.
Okay.
That they give at church.
Like the god of, or the body of Jesus and the blood of Jesus, or whatever.
Yeah,
The closest thing we could have to like the food of the gods is that.
Got it. I need to clear this notification or it's gonna bother me.
Also,
Well,
hello, fellow.
I was like, yes, hello, fellow
Hello,
and
hello,
Noob
my
Slayer.
friend. Yes.
And Peter, and Spiff. And Lord Head Monkey, thank you for subscribing for 3 months. Oh my god.
I know, right? I'm great, aren't I?
Yeah. So my next question, I felt like may have been a plot hole, or at least should have been something. Does the Oracle who curses Kratos come back? So in the story, basically, Kratos ends up getting the ambrosia and saving his wife and daughter. But then, I believe it's Ares who sets his house on fire and basically burns alive his wife and daughter. Kratos goes back and tries to save them but fails. And then an oracle comes and is like, I fucking told you! And then curses Kratos so that his skin wears the ashes of his daughter and wife.
Well, okay. Here's what actually happened. Kratos sold his soul, or his soul to Ares to defeat his enemies, which then gifted him his blades, which then he used to chop off the head of the barbarian army leader, which then led Kratos into a war-torn path of making Sparta the greatest thing that ever lived. And
Well,
while he was
wasn't it
doing
just
that, he come across a village that was worshipping Athena or something like, or someone like
yeah,
that.
Athena, the goddess of strategic warfare.
And as he's doing that, he enters the church. But before he enters the church, the oracle, as you said, goes, "You don't want to go in there. Bad things will happen if you do." He basically just goes, "Shut up, woman," pushes her aside, goes into the church, and then he kills them both with his blades.
Not knowing
Murder.
it was
He
them.
didn't know it for. He didn't know. He just went in.
It was an illusion
Like,
brought up by Ares, I think.
Yes, yeah, it was. And so after he kills them and the church is on fire, because that's what he did, the oracle, as you said, comes back and goes, "I told you you shouldn't have done that," and then does the ashes curse.
So it's fair to assume that that oracle probably died in the fires from the cities. She you looked old and frail.
Yeah, it's safe to assume that. You'd never see her again.
Okay.
Basically just background.
It seems like she'd be an important character to bring up in one of the later games to be like, oh hey, by the way, can you get rid of this curse that constantly reminds me of my dead wife and kid? Because he even has the curse going into the Norse world later.
Yeah. Because from what I understand, with the Norse gods and the Greek gods, have you guys you guys haven't seen Percy Jackson, have you?
I've seen it, but I don't remember most of it.
Okay, so if you've read the Percy Jackson novels, in the same world there are Egyptian gods and Norse gods. So I feel like it works kind of in the same way, where like there are the Greek gods who kind of rule over that region, but the Norse gods kind of rule over that region of the world. You know?
I don't think that's true. I think there was some sort of magic involved with him going to another world. Just because
Alright. Here's how it was explained in the game. The worlds are on top of one another. The same world, but different.
Oh, I'm familiar with that concept. That's a very D&D concept. Is worlds on top of each other. They're like planes of existence. And in order to travel to planes, you have to use portals, basically.
You need certain items, correct? That's how it's explained in universe.
But so, wasn't that for the planes of existence? You got like Jotunheim and Helheim.
See, that's where it gets interesting, Monkey. Because those are on the world tree.
Yeah, I know.
The Greek world and the Norse world are different worlds. At the same time.
I understand how it works. So basically, Monkey, imagine two pieces of paper. The paper on top is the Greek world, and the paper on bottom is the Norse world. and all of the worlds are like writing on the paper.
Oh, yeah.
So like he goes to, I think, Hell at some point, Hel, and that is specifically like him traveling from one piece of, or from the piece of paper onto the same piece of paper.
Okay.
So it's never
but that-
it's never answered how he gets to the second piece of paper though. As
That
far as
doesn't
I'm aware.
explain how Mimir knows about the Greek gods and Zeus.
That is not
So because-
explained, I don't think, ever.
Wouldn't he
Yes, he's got
know
the eyes of
only
the
about
giant.
his
He's got the all-seeing eyes of the giant, same as Tyr, which is why in Tyr's vault you can see Kratos on an urn standing above things, or what we assume is one of his war-torn paths.
Probably dead bodies, yeah.
It's safe to assume they're dead bodies, yes.
knowing Kratos? Yeah.
I mean, okay, to be fair, this is never addressed, but Kratos is like one of the most badass people ever to fucking live in either world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
So that also explains why the world in the newer God of War isn't as obliterated as it is in when he kills Zeus and Gaia.
Yeah, we can get to that, but basically, for those of you who don't know, at the end of God of War 3, the last game before 2018, Kratos successfully basically ends the world. He basically kills not all of, I believe, but most of humanity. And it wasn't on purpose, it just kind of happened to be with what he was doing.
The series, he's killed but one or two Olympian gods.
Well, there was a few Olympian gods I'm sure they didn't mention that he didn't kill that just weren't there. Like, I don't know if he ever meets Artemis. Does he ever meet Artemis?
I do not think so.
That's the funny thing. Artemis is actually more known as Eros.
Okay.
Apollo is more known as Helios.
Okay, I'm familiar
Did you
with
just
Apollo.
compare Artemis with Heros? Because I have a few problems with that.
I think that is actually God of War's mixing of the characters and combining them.
Because Heros is basically the Heros is the god of like masculine attractivity. As to basically like he works the same way as Aphrodite, but instead of being like goddess of like love, he represents like masculinity and like the perfect man. Every woman that looks at Eros would see like the perfect man in her eyes.
Well, no, I'm talking about Helios' sister. No, I know that God of War games aren't 100% accurate. I know.
I've got about 15 complaints about that.
Maybe we should go back to my questions then, because we kind of jumped all over the place in the story as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was my second question, was does the Oracle who curses Kratos come back? And the answer is no. My third question is a game I've never played, but I did see in the recap video, Ghost of Sparta. I'm gonna be honest, by the way, I'm just saying, I never realized that the side games were actually important to the story. I thought they were just side games, like, you know?
Oh no.
They're extremely important.
They seem to be like a like prequels.
They're not actually, because chronologically it starts at Ascension.
Well, Ascension is a prequel. But Ghost of Sparta came out after God of War 1, I think before God of War 2. And that's also where it is in the timeline.
It's right in the middle.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I know it also, at least one of these is a God of War game on the PSP. I don't know if that game is canon or not. I think it may have been Ghost of Sparta. Either way, though.
Ghost of Sparta.
So, really quick, because my memory is failing me a little bit. Karma, what is the ending of Ghost of Sparta? Do you remember?
So I might be slightly off. If I remember correctly from last week, Ghost of Sparta ended with Amos, Kratos' brother, getting buried by a strange old man. Never explained.
Oh yeah, that was never explained. I completely forgot about that.
He called like the Gravedigger or something.
Yeah,
He is called the Gravedigger, yeah, but that's it. That's all we know.
I thought.
And of course,
I thought that that would be Kratos'.
I have my own.
Really?
I thought that would be Kratos' dad, but then it's revealed later that Zeus is Kratos' dad, and I completely forgot about that character entirely.
So let me explain my theory on that, Raven. So was one line in the entire game, in one of the games, where the Gravedigger actually refers to Kratos as his son.
He actually does that frequently.
I only heard it once, but then it's later revealed that Zeus is his father. Therefore, my theory is the Gravedigger is actually Zeus.
Oh, in disguise, yeah.
Right, that's my theory.
Also, thank you, Show, for subscribing for 6 months. Oh, hey, 6 months. Let's go, Poggers.
Oh yeah, Show! Also,
You know we'd love to see it.
His first game was
That's
Ghost of
fine.
Sparta. Interesting.
On the PSP, it was technically my first video game. Interesting, yeah, that's very interesting. My first video game was Pokemon Red, the original. Actually, no, it was Smurfs Racing on the PlayStation 1.
Smurf Racing.
Yeah, Smurf Racing. It's a Mario Kart ripoff without power-ups. So, the most boring racing game in the world.
Smurf Racing.
Yeah, Smurf Racing, bro. Either way, my question about Ghost of Sparta is, why is Ghost of Sparta's ending so sad/confusing?
So
So,
Sparta
basically, I just want to recap for anyone who doesn't aware. Kratos has a brother that was taken away at childbirth, but when he was a child. And basically, this is the story of
around 7 or 8.
Either way, he basically learns at one point that his brother Deimos is still alive and being kept hostage, captive, something like that. And he tries to go save him. Yes, he's being kept by Thanatos, and he goes to go save him. Him and Deimos originally fight because Deimos is like, hey, why didn't you come and save me earlier? You must have forgot about me. And Kratos is like, I didn't forget about you, I thought you were dead. They fight, they make up, they reconcile to fight Thanatos, and then Thanatos kills Deimos. So basically nothing happens in Ghost of Sparta. Like, you start at point A, you end at point A, basically.
Well, actually, that's where it's funny, Raven. Ghost of Sparta is the start of everything.
Ascension is, but okay.
No, what I mean by start of everything is that's when Kratos actually decided to take vengeance on the gods. Because of Deimos. That's why he wanted to kill them. That's the start of everything. Because they kept Deimos a secret and Thanatos killed him when they could have intervened and saved Deimos at any time.
By the way, Thanatos is way stronger in lore than he was in the game. I think Kratos would not have been able to kill him even with the gods' blades of chaos.
Well, it's still funny because, like, in Greek mythology, a guy managed to capture Thanatos. Therefore, like, no one died for 2 whole days.
That is very interesting because I figure, in a more realistic world that's not like fantasy, basically, that he would have like Grim Reapers as like his underlings, and they would actually be the one reaping souls.
No, because you still need like the god of death.
Well, yeah, I guess you still need him to like, I don't know the word, but to like process them.
Yeah, basically, you need him to feel his function.
Yeah. Which I was just saying is it's a little weird that Thanatos dies so early in the games, because I feel like Thanatos Should be quite a strong foe considering he's the embodiment of death.
Yes, and I know, Peter, you're backing my point. Greece and Scandinavia are located in the same realm.
I don't know anything about that. I know nothing about Scandinavia.
Meaning he just traveled. Thank you, Peter.
It's explained in the books within the games, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, it's like hidden away lore, probably. But anyway, my question was, though, like, because Deimos dies, like, what was the point of the journey? But I guess you kind of answered that. It's because that's when Kratos started seeing the gods as enemies more than allies. So I have another question that relates to Deimos.
Okay.
If Kratos can come back from hell, not once but twice in the story, why can't Deimos? Or Kratos' wife and kid, for that matter.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
If Kratos can come back from hell not once but twice, why can't Deimos, Kratos' wife and child, why can't any of them come back from the underworld the same way Kratos can? Besides the fact Kratos is just a badass.
So technically, they're dead. They can't return the same way Kratos does, who's still living.
But
And
Kratos dies twice. Well, no, once. When...
Yeah, but Kratos is like... Kratos has kind of an history with, like, he became a god. He was the champion of Hades, of Ares.
I guess him being a god actually would just explain that. Because if he's a god, he can't really go to hell and die. He just kind of becomes a spirit.
You can. You just have to use the right animal.
What?
So in Greek mythology, there's an animal called the Ophiotoros, and using the innards of an Ophiotoros is the only way to kill God in Greek mythology.
So I have a question now about Greek mythology.
Yes.
Doesn't Zeus kill, like, a fuck ton of gods at some point?
He fights the Titans.
Yeah, but
they
doesn't...
don't,
he kills his dad, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong. He did chop Kronos in 1,000 bits, but Kronos is still
Living?
like alive because he's a titan of time and time is still flowing. So his influence on the world is still alive. His soul is still alive. Since he's in Taurus, he can't reform.
Okay. That is interesting. Also, apologies, I'm turning Monkey down now, so Monkey and Karma should be the same volume. Can you guys test real quick?
Hello, am I good now?
That's a little bit quiet. Let me turn you up a little. Alright, how about now?
Alright, what about me? Am I good now?
Okay, Monkey talk?
Hello?
Okay, you guys are about the same volume now. Thank
Good.
you. I had to put Monkey at 90% and Karma at 200%.
So another good example would be Kronos killing Uranus when he was a kid. Uranus being the father of the Titans and Gaia being the mother. When Kronos destroyed Uranus' physical body, Uranus was the primordial god of basically space and sky.
Okay.
The space and the sky are still there because Uranus' soul is still present. His physical body is just not present anymore.
Okay, so like his spirit is alive still.
Yes.
Which actually is something that happens in God of War 3 that I think is really funny. Is that when Kratos kills Zeus, he comes back as a spirit.
Yeah. So technically, Kratos shouldn't be able to kill gods by using Pandora's box, because Pandora's box actually was designed by Hephaestus on the order of Zeus to punish the humans, because the Pandora's box was given to Pandora, because Pandora was the very first woman to be created to tempt the man of the world.
Okay.
And she was given that same temptation like curiosity as all men do have. So she was given a box and was like told never open that. And of course, her curiosity led her to open Pandora's box, therefore unleashing illness, death, hunger, pain, all
Basically
over the
everything
world.
bad in the world.
Yes.
Interesting. Now I have a question. Do they ever say how long it takes her to open the box?
It's the equivalent of opening a jewel box.
No, like how long it takes her to like, by the time she got the box and how long it took her to open it.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just like the long enough for her to not be able to bear not open it.
Okay, fair enough. So like a day. So to answer my question, back to if Kratos can come back from hell, why can't anyone else? Basically, it can just be summed with as Kratos is a god and they aren't.
Well, there have been instances where like some heroes of Greek mythology have come back from the realm of the dead. A good example would be the bard Orpheus.
Okay, I've never heard of him.
Orpheus was married to a nymph,
Okay.
and when she died due to a snake bite, he got depressed and sang his way to the underworld, literally singing so beautifully that the earth moved in its path, creating a way to the underworld.
Dude, he was a bard.
Yes, because his songs were so beautiful that the earth in front of him split open, making a way directly to the underworld.
Okay. Interesting.
It was said that his songs were so beautiful that even trees would start dancing.
Okay.
He went to Hades and Persephone, sang for them, and Persephone was so moved that she told him, "You can bring your wife back with you under one condition: you can't look at her the entire way back." Of course,
yeah.
He failed and he went depressed and he died because this woman tore him apart. He literally died because this woman wanted to be with him and he refused so much that they just like tore him a shred.
Interesting. That's like a fucking twisted metal ending.
Orpheus is a Greek hero. Heroes were basically just demigods.
Alright, I have a question now for Monkey.
Yes.
Who the fuck is Hephaestus, Aphrodite's husband? I have never heard of him.
Was the god of art, basically like artisans and fire.
Okay, so he was like
represented. He was representing.
Blacksmith, ugly.
He represented the blacksmiths. Anything that required you to work with your hands, blacksmiths, woodworking.
So he's basically the goddess of, or the god of craft.
Yes.
Okay.
The only part of the craft that he doesn't have influence on is like
Craft.
is one that Athena has, which is like fuck, what's the word in English? Like
War.
making like a tapestry.
I don't know what that is.
Like
Try Google Translate.
So think of
Thread and needle.
the Smith god.
Threads and needle. Oh, like weaving.
Yeah, weaving.
He's like a
Interesting.
Smith god.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only part of craftsman that he didn't have control over. But anything else, like Hephaestus was ugly. He when he walked, he would I think one of his legs was slightly shorter, so he would just stumble.
Interesting. And how did he land Aphrodite?
So I'm gonna go into how Aphrodite came to be. When
I know the story.
Oh, you know the story? Good. I'm gonna tell it anyway because I fucking love it. When Kronos killed Uranus, he chopped his schlong off, and the schlong, along with the magic blood and the magic semen from Uranus, seeing Gaia in basically hot wear, fell into the ocean, creating Aphrodite. Aphrodite then someday arrived at the gods, and she was so beautiful that all the gods were stunned. And Zeus decided to give her to his son Hephaestus.
Oh, so it's an arranged marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
But she was unfaithful and mostly slept with Ares.
Oh, okay. Do we know anything about that affair in God of War?
I do not think so, but you could ask Karma, but I do not think so.
Karma, do you know if that's ever brought up?
Mentioned.
Okay.
It's never mentioned, but I would assume it's the same.
Okay.
Because they had two kids, one representing pain and the other one representing torment.
That reminds me of
Yes, fellow weeb, the Zeus is very horny.
That reminds me of Hell from Norse mythology, not the place but the person.
Yeah.
Where she's like half love, half pain, or whatever. Wish he would bang me. Same.
They are two different entities, though.
Are they? I thought they were the same person, like two souls trapped in one body.
No, in Greek mythology, there are two different gods.
Oh no, I'm not talking about Greek mythology. I'm talking about Norse mythology, though.
Oh, okay.
I understand that they're two different people in Greece, whatever. Man, I am really bad at words today. I apologize. Hold up. We already answered my next question, which was how did Kratos get to the Norse world? Basically, we don't know yet if it has been explained or if it will be explained. I think it will be explained in the next few games, though.
I think it was explained, but like I said, I don't know the answer personally.
I played through the game, and that's something that I think I would have known. And I don't. So...
Like I said, I don't think it was explained in-game. I think it was explained in the book before the game's creation.
Oh, I didn't read the books, yeah. Okay.
From what I understand, there is some plot stuff in there that I didn't know about.
Let me Google the question really quick and see what shows up. After the flood at the end of God of War 3, Kratos left Greece and made his way to the realm of Midgard. One of the most obvious forms of transportation to ferry him from his destroyed homeland to Midgard is a vehicle used frequently in God of War 4, a boat. I need to look at the whole article, hang on.
I would say it depends on what game, but mostly no, because God of War is a long game, and it's a series, so playing through every single game would take a fucking while, and we only have 1 week between each episode.
So there was a video I saw on YouTube about playing the
But we do research a lot. We do
chronologically, and
research a lot before each
It
episode.
was 37 and a half hours long for the entire Greek saga.
If you'd tell me that you watch that entirely, I would believe you.
Yeah.
I did not actually watch that, but I watched all the cutscenes.
So, Screen Rant has an article where he basically says, or this person, I'm not sure who exactly, says that they believe that the flood at the end of God of War 3 connected multiple universes together. And that he literally crossed worlds just on the boat. Which,
interesting.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because the flood is a magical thing. It wasn't a actual thing that happened. It was like ushered by a force.
Oh, probably when he killed Poseidon.
No, actually, it's when he unleashed hope into the world, I believe. The force was like so much, it caused the world itself to change, I believe.
That could explain it, yeah, actually. It's never actually explained what hope was really.
Yeah.
All it says is it's a powerful weapon.
Yeah.
And that people won't know what to do with that.
Oh well, no, it's the power of hope, literally. Like it's
Yeah.
it's inspiration to mortals. It's like the
So, I mean,
force
it's
to go
not-
forward.
I wouldn't say it's too far off to say that it could somehow open a magical portal to the Norse world. I wouldn't say it's too far off.
Yeah. And I already closed the article, but they mentioned a executive producer, I believe, on the game said something, so that may be directly from the game, like, producer, I don't know. Either way, my next question is question 7 of 8. So we were talking about God of War before we actually did the episode, and something that was brought up was the Blades of Athena. So my question was, when did the
Those are
blade?
his original. Those are the original blades he gets as from Ares. The blades of Athena.
No, you
Gets
get
them-
the Blades of Chaos.
Yeah, he gets the Blades of Chaos, and they become the Blades of Athena at some point, I think.
Okay.
And that
then
wasn't
they
mentioned
become
in the
Blades of
20-minute video that we watched.
Right. Anyway, there's a big plot point because at the end of God of War 3, as you already know, he uses the Blades of Exile to kill Zeus. In God of War 4, they degrade into the Blades of Chaos. No explanation.
Well, it's probably because Athena's dead, I'd imagine. Well, actually,
What if
Athena,
that was
is she dead? I don't know.
If that was the case, they wouldn't have been able to become the Blades of Chaos, the Blades of Exile.
Well, no. Her spirit let them become the Blades of Exile, but we don't know what happens to the spirit before Kratos leaves for the other world. So it could be just that her spirit faded away or died, or went somewhere else, like to hell.
I don't know. They should have been the Blades of Exile in the new game, but they were the Blades of Chaos, so it's a big plot point. Plot hole. Yeah.
Okay. My last question, and I don't think Karma has the answer to this one. Where did the hope go? So, basically, in Pandora's box, Kratos thought that opening Pandora's box would be a weapon to kill Zeus, which is technically true.
Hilarious.
He opened the box, and he actually got hope, like not a physical thing, but he got hope, like a force. And that allowed him to basically kill Zeus. And
So,
then
Let
he
me
said,
correct you, Ray.
well, okay, fine. Correct me first.
So, he used hope to kill Ares as well. It's not really well explained because it's more thought that he used the forbidden powers. I believe he used the forbidden powers as well as hope to kill Ares.
Okay.
That's my belief.
Okay. Well,
Because-
either way,
Because the forbidden powers went to Zeus, which made him become paranoid.
okay. I'm not sure about that. I don't know anything about that, so I just can't challenge you or argue with you or agree or disagree.
Well, it's explained. The evil forces, fear, hatred, and the other evil forces that were placed inside Pandora's box were so powerful they inflicted Zeus, king of the gods, which made him become paranoid of Kratos because he was mortal who killed a god. Oh no, that's dangerous.
Well, he was actually scared of his sons killing him because that was what the prophecy foretold, was that one of Zeus's kids would kill him, and he didn't know that Kratos was one of his kids.
No, he knew Kratos was one of his sons. And it didn't say one of Zeus's kids would kill him, it said the marked warrior would.
I don't know how to argue that because in the video we watched, the guy said it was one of Zeus's kids. But
So,
the guy could have been
that's where
wrong.
It was very wrong.
Ares was said to be killed by a marked child, and that was Kratos' brother Deimos.
Actually,
He had the mark,
Actually,
but
hold
then
on.
Kratos tattooed that mark on him, that birthmark.
so it was prophesied that a marked warrior would bring the destruction of Olympus. Zeus sent out Athena and Ares to find this marked warrior to control him. Everybody thought the marked warrior was Deimos because he had markings. To honor his brother Deimos, Kratos put on markings as well, creating another marked warrior that everybody overlooked because they were like, "Oh, the marked warrior is Deimos, who is in Thanatos' care." So it's kind of like an oversight from the gods. They were like, "Oh, he can't be the one in the prophecy because the one in the prophecy's already been dealt with." It's more than that. The thing about being Zeus' son just happens to be a coincidence.
And Zeus had so many kids that they're probably around every corner.
Well, in the video that me and Monkey watched, it was explained that Zeus had killed all of his other sons. And that Kratos also killed them, but...
I'm talking about actual Greek mythology.
Oh yeah, no,
In
actual Greek mythology, there's too many to count.
Zeus, is married to the goddess of marriage, but he's the most unfaithful son of a gun motherfucker ever.
Yeah, he fucks women in stork form.
Athena Hera has killed so many women that slept, and she also killed the child at some point. She tried to murder Heracles so many times.
And it's even said in the God of War 3 that Hera looks straight at Kratos and says, "I told him he should have killed you when he had a chance."
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean,
This was just old time abortion. Yes, fellow weeb. Yes, it was. They just basically let's murder that kid. Was it the Hera that I think that it was Hera that tried to throw Hephaestus? Yeah, because she gave birth to Hephaestus, and he was so ugly that she decided to throw him off Mount Olympus.
yeah, I think that's the story behind it.
And that's why he walks he kind of stumbles everywhere, because that fall fucked his leg up, and he was brought up by a craftsman. That's why he became the god of craftsmen.
You guys can keep talking. I have to mute my mic.
Alright. So... Alright.
Well, we can talk about the historical inaccuracies now, because that was the last of my questions.
Alright.
Oh, I actually completely forgot to mention, we never actually answered my question, now that I think about it. Sorry. We got sidetracked because you guys were talking about Hephaestus and killing all the kids. But the hope was basically the force that allowed Kratos to kill Zeus. And then Athena's spirit came up to Kratos and said basically, "What the fuck are you doing? Give me the hope now." And Kratos was like, "Nah, I'm good." And instead he said, "Fuck you," and released the hope into the world to, I believe...
stabbing himself with the blade of Olympus.
Right, he killed himself with the hope to release it.
Right.
Well, he tried to kill himself anyway.
Didn't work, but I mean, it was a solid plan.
So the real question now is, does he still have the hope? And if so, holy fucking shit, is that going to be awesome in the last God of War game they make?
So I don't think that he still has hope. Personally, I think he has a piece of it,
Well,
but so does everybody else.
Every mortal in the world basically has it now, I think.
Right. So everybody has it, which would include Kratos himself.
Yeah, except gods. Gods are the only ones who don't have hope, because there's, like, none of them left to have hope. Except for, like, one or two of them, I think.
Right. Anyway.
Alright.
I believe he released it, yes. But I think he still has a piece of it, since he technically didn't die.
Yeah.
So he must still hold on to a small piece of it.
It's like opening a balloon, but then the balloon closes itself before all the air gets out.
Right. Yeah, exactly like that.
So maybe he'll give the Norse world hope as well.
We don't know yet. I hope that's the case.
So, by the way, for those of you watching this in the future, this is before Ragnarok comes out, just to clarify. The next God of War game is said to be God of War Ragnarok. Which, by the way, when the first trailer came out and they said the name was Ragnarok, I immediately knew what it was. Fuck everyone else.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, there's gonna be Thor in it.
They better make that game fucking historically accurate.
Oh god, no. Well, okay, Thor's fat. That's historically accurate, right? There was a big debate of people on Twitter about that, I remember. People were like, why isn't Thor a god chiseled ab, you know, why isn't he fucking Chris Hemsworth?
Because it's not Marvel. Thor in the Greek mythology is a fat fuck asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Which
he's actually an asshole.
It actually makes it way funnier, though. The story that is canon in God of War is that he dressed up as a bride to marry the giants and then killed all the giants or whatever. Or killed a specific giant.
He did that at some point in actual Norse mythology.
I know, but he also has a giant fucking beard and a pot belly. So it's like, how did he fucking trick them into thinking he was a girl?
I think that specific giant had poor eyesight.
Oh, what about everyone else though? Was it like a one-person wedding? He doesn't have a family with him?
I think Peter's jasming on Norse Star.
In the God of War universe, he has two sons, Magni and Moody, or whatever his other guy, whatever the other person.
I don't know who they are.
Oh, Magni's one of them. They're basically the ones. They're basically Zeus's. They're not Zeus, Thor's sons who chase them throughout the game.
Oh, throughout the last game, the Undying person and the other one?
Yes.
Right. So, Baldur's nephews.
Got it. Baldur's nephews, okay.
So, those two are Thor's sons.
Got it.
It's also... It can be gathered that Thor's not the best father because after one of them dies, the other one goes back, and when he comes back to Kratos, it's shown that he's severely beaten up, and he's like, "This is all your fault. If you hadn't have done this, nothing would have happened." Blah blah blah. Then, you know.
Oh god. Egyptian God Battle Royale. That sounds like a fucking mess and a half.
No, dude, you underestimate how, like, well people make battle royales nowadays. Have you seen the JoJo Battle Royale? It's fucking amazing.
No, but I'm just imagining like a free-for-all battle between the Egyptian gods, and that sounds like a fucking mess and a half.
Yeah, also just play Smite, literally. Like I said, play Smite and then just use Egyptian gods. It's basically the same thing.
Because you know there's gonna be one retarded god that's gonna unleash Apophis on the world.
I don't know who that is, or what that is.
Apophis is a giant-ass serpent.
Oh, okay.
I can see that.
Son of Set.
Yes, but there is a JoJo Battle Royale, but it's Japanese only, and it's an arcade cabinet game. It's also fucking amazing. I'll show a trailer for it maybe, or I'll post the trailer somewhere.
All right, so what are we going at? Are we going over me crying over mythological inaccuracies?
Yeah, that's what we're doing now while the JoJo
Alright.
back, while the Battle
The
Royale
fucking-
plays.
20 fucking minute video. That guy pronounced the CH in every single Greek name so fucking wrong, and I was raging a little bit every single time he said it. Because in Greek mythology, you don't say CH as sh, you say Charon, Ikaton Kair. And he was like, oh, Sharon, Ikaton Shire. Oh god, did I want to strangle that guy.
Yeah.
I want to play this game so fucking bad, by the way.
I still want to play God of War, but that guy made it like unbearably bad to go through his video for me. Just because I know a lot about Greek mythology.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Also, another thing he got on. Morpheus isn't the god of sleep. That role belonged to the Titan Somnu. Morpheus is the god of prophetic dreams.
God, sorry, I'm just watching this fucking trailer. It is so good. God, I wish I could play this, but I'm not fucking Japanese.
I'm just gonna let you finish your goddamn trailer before I say anything else. I know you're gonna listen to me.
I am listening to you, it's just... God, JoJo is so much fun.
Yeah, but you're not gonna argue with me.
Well, yeah, there's nothing to argue about.
You're not gonna raise an argument or anything.
Yeah. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last Survivor. That's what it's called. And yeah, it's an arcade game. And they're not gonna bring it to America ever, and I fucking hate that. Either way, back to the podcast about God of War.
Alright,
Wow.
after that side thing, there is the fact that Gaia doesn't own Pegasus because Pegasus is a son of Poseidon.
Poseidon, you mean?
Yes, Poseidon. And technically, Kratos should have Achilles' level of indestructibility. You know why? Because he swam through sticks.
Oh, true.
You remember? He swam through sticks, so technically, his skin should be unpenetrable, beside for one spot on his body.
His head.
Because he swam in it and survived, which is an incredible feat in its own right.
Well, like we said,
Yeah.
it might be the fact that he has hope.
Yeah, but don't forget, like Styx is the river of broken dreams or something like that. Like,
In the
I
game,
thought it was the
it's
River of the
literally-
Dead.
It's literally said that if you don't possess Hades' soul when swimming through it, you're going to die.
But he does possess Hades' soul, so...
Not at first. Not at first, and it drains him of everything.
he's
I
just that
don't
mellow.
remember, honestly. It's been a while. I played it when, like, it first came out, so...
It drained him of everything. Then he gets Hades' soul, and then he's not bothered by it anymore. Until he gets Hades' soul, it kills you.
Yeah, I got that.
At least in the
Hey,
God of
Karma.
War universe. Yes.
When Kratos fights the Hydra,
Okay.
how accurate is the Hydra? Like, does its heads grow back?
So it does not.
Alright, so he's just basically a dragon then. It's not a Hydra.
Well, I think it's because he's
The
using a
dragon with
specific
multiple
weapon.
heads at that point. No.
No.
He stabs it. He doesn't use a specific weapon to kill it. He
Oh.
literally drags its head onto boat spikes.
Oh. Then, yeah, that's lame. Well, wait, don't you have to cut off its head in order for it to regrow more heads?
Yes, you have to cut the head off and then the two more grow back unless you use a flame to like
Yeah,
sear the wound closed.
that's just like D&D.
So
But,
I guess
if he
since he
never
didn't cut
cuts
off their
off
head-
the head, yeah.
If you kill the head,
he
it's
just
there's still
didn't know.
another one that's gonna grow back.
Okay, well then it's just not accurate. That's
Yeah,
as
he
simple as
really-
that.
The only
Impale said-
like requirement is the head needs to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
I would say having a giant wooden spike poke through your skull means you're pretty dead.
Yeah, so 2 more heads should technically grow on top of that.
I mean, it could also be said from game wise, it wouldn't
Yeah, it would
fair
be
to
a
the
hassle.
player.
It would be a hassle. Because at some point, like, you could break the game because of, like, too much heads on screen.
The fuck was that
Right, so
noise?
it could be because it could be game wise.
Oh.
Plus, you're still at the very beginning of the game when you fight the Hydra, so.
Sorry if you guys heard a weird noise. That was my garbage falling over.
Also, Hydras aren't sea dwellers.
What?
Hydras aren't sea dwellers.
True.
In all
they aren't.
mythology that I know of, they are though.
In Greek, they aren't. In Greek mythology, Hydras live on land.
Well, they're not. It's Greek. It's Norse.
Yeah, but
Oh
when
wait,
you
no. Are
fight
you
the
talking
Hyd-
about the original games, or are you talking about the Norse
Yes.
game? Oh.
Yes.
Oh no, he kills him with the Blades of Chaos, so his heads wouldn't grow back, right? Because the Blades of Chaos have like special properties to them.
Well, then they would need to be specifically made for that purpose, then. Because if we take
They would.
Heracles' 12 labors, but
It's
also,
safe
like,
to assume, though, that they have some sort of ember in them because they glow red.
so he would be able to see the wound close then.
Yeah, I think so.
And if it's the case, we could say it's historically accurate.
But again, he kills him on a boat
Well, I mean,
spike, though not with the Blades of Chaos, technically, so...
So
Eh.
it's not historically accurate.
Yeah, so it's still not historically accurate. It's half historically accurate.
Well, they
It's a
could have
string.
made it historically accurate, but they didn't.
Yeah. Well, you also have to keep in mind, the God of War games came out in, like, what, 2000 and, like, early 2000s? I mean, like,
I
the
think so.
God of War release date,
I think the first one came out
PS2.
like, early 2000s.
2005. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, 2005. Not you guys. Adobe. I love it when I'm recording the podcast and my fucking Adobe just decides to pop up with the loudest noise in the goddamn universe. It's like, you can update 3 apps. I do not give a shit.
Shut up!
Yeah.
I'm recording.
That's how I feel whenever I'm fucking in a server and it has that stupid Me 6 update, or not update, like you leveled up thing. Like I'm just typing away, having a conversation, and I see a fucking ad on my screen, so I go to click it, like, oh, what's this mention? And it's fucking Me 6 telling me I leveled up. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
You
I can see
leveled
that.
up, congratulations!
Yeah, you're level 5 now in this server. And it's like, thanks, I don't care.
I do not give a shit. Let me talk with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, either way, any other historical inaccuracies you want to talk about, Monkey? Technically, we can end the podcast whenever you run out of things to talk about, just so you know.
Good. Last thing, Atlas never was chained in Tartarus.
I didn't understand a word you just said, my guy.
Atlas never was chained in Tartarus. He always had to hold the sky over his shoulders.
Right. Is that the original God of War you're talking about?
No, that's Chains of Olympus.
I meant trilogy or whatever it's called. The original
Yeah,
series.
it's the Greek saga, yes.
Greek. Okay, yeah, let's just start calling it that. Greek and Norse. It's Greek saga, right?
Yeah.
That's, Olympus is holding, or not Olympus, what's his name? Atlas?
Atlas. Yes.
Atlas, yeah,
Atlas.
holds up the world. Well, that doesn't... I mean, like, he's not originally holding the world. He only holds the world because of Kratos, right?
In the God
Yeah,
of
but-
War games.
Oh god.
Hold on, let me open up my mod viewer so I can reject that.
Well, are we? Should we make an episode on Yu-Gi-Oh?
Spiff, I will meet you halfway. How about we do an episode on Yu-Gi-Oh in general and not specifically what you just said? Because I don't know what duels/sevens is. Well, I know what duels is, but fuck duels. Wait, do I know? Wait, no, what is Rush Duels?
I don't know what Rush Duels or Sevens is.
Yeah, I don't know what Rush Duels are, but I don't know what sevens are
We
either.
make an episode on Yu-Gi-Oh that would involve duels, but like, not only the duel part.
Yeah.
Does that work with you,
It
Spiff?
would be halfway episode, Spit. It would be on Yu-Gi-Oh in general, not just specific subject.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna up the price of Choose a Topic to, I think, 10,000, because I feel like you can get, if you watch every episode like Spiff is doing, I think you can redeem a topic once a month, which is kind of, like, a lot.
Yeah.
How do I
can redeem just about 5 of them right now.
And last time Spiff chose the topic, it led to me reading the script of a retarded movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna reject so you get your points back, Spiff. You can change your topic, or you could just say Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want. We'll do a topic on Yu-Gi-Oh! It's up to you. So, back to historical inaccuracies. For Norse, did we ever meet Freya?
Yes.
And she was...
You do meet Freya. When you first meet her, you don't know her as Freya, you know her as Witch of the Woods.
Right, that is Freya. Okay.
You only know it's Freya after you cut off Mimir's head and bring Mimir's head to her.
Right. I don't know a lot about Norse mythology in that sense. I know it because I played a lot of Smite. So, and I've read Wikipedia articles. But, is she normally like a witch, or is that purely a God of War thing?
I think it's a God of War thing, but I wouldn't be sure about that.
Do you guys know the story behind the spell? Monkey might.
What spell are you talking about, Platt?
I think it's the spell where, like, he erases memory, or she erases people's memories, I think. Oh, it wouldn't be too mad, show, as long as you're not interrupting too badly. As long as you don't just join, play a loud-ass fucking clip, and then leave, because then that would piss me off.
So don't be defected.
Yeah, don't be defected. Oh, Boulder's invincibility.
Oh, yeah! Because she was scared of him, basically, like, getting hurt and losing him. So she made him invulnerable, but he can't feel anything.
Hello.
He made it worse. He made it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fine.
Okay, Spiff, how the hell could you make it from Yu-Gi-Oh to something that's 100 times worse?
Alright, we'll do it.
Specifically,
You know
Monkey wants...
110%.
Or, I mean, not Monkey. Peter wants to know the story behind the spell, and I think Monkey literally just said it. Which is, he wanted her... What was it again?
Freya wanted her kid to be safe because she didn't want to lose her.
Right.
To lose her kid, so it was like, let's put a protection, an invincibility spell on him. But that spell made it so that like he can't basically feel anything physically low. So like touch, like sexual relationship, he can't feel anything.
Yeah. Okay, I cannot change the settings. I have to log out and log back in on my other account.
I'm not an expert in I'm not an expert in Norse mythology. I know a lot about Greek. I don't know much about Norse.
What I know is what I know from the game. So, I mean, I only know the story with that explained in the game, but after than that, I don't know. Are you
content, community, insights, where the fuck is it? Do you remember where the point redeems are?
Mine.
Also, Draft Sub is already here. Who is that again? Show?
Yes, that would be Show.
Hi, Show.
Also, by the way, I have more self-control than Defected.
Do you?
Really? That's good to know.
Did I poke my head in and do an awa awa or
No, you didn't.
loud,
you are
annoying
loud as
noises?
fuck, though. I'm gonna turn you down.
No, but you just kind of sat there in silence.
What just happened? No, I didn't want to do that.
Smokey's like, I'm gonna fuck you up if you do that again.
So we have Plasma in here to explain the story behind Freya's invincibility stuff.
Baldur's invisible.
Okay, Peter. Baldur's invincibility.
So basically, he was her child, right? And she was afraid that he was gonna die. So basically, she went around to every fucking thing imaginable and like made a deal with things, telling you can't hurt my son. But one thing she didn't make a deal with was the mistletoe. Because she thought, why the fuck would mistletoe kill my son? And that's the story behind it. Like, she went around things, telling them not to kill him.
Is that really it? Oh, that might be the. Yeah, that's interesting.
So they definitely made it like more intense for the game.
Oh, easily.
I forget, how did Mistletoe kill him?
That could.
So Atreus gets these mistletoe arrows,
Yeah, and
So in the
and
game,
when Freya discovers them, she burns them all.
I don't
But
know.
one remains somehow, I think, if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
it's the one who's attached
shard of
that
one.
that holds because one is attached to his quiver, I think, to hold it because it broke.
hold it and to hold it because it was getting loose. So
Yeah.
Kratos took one of the mistletoe arrows and made sure to tighten the straps to his quiver. And it doesn't kill him; it just allows him to be killed.
Yeah,
Got
it
it.
breaks
Yeah,
the spell.
he
Cancels-
breaks the spell.
His invincibility. Yes.
That actually seems like a huge, like, oversight on her behalf. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make him immune to literally everything in the world except one thing.
Yeah,
Like, why not make him immune to the one thing as well?
Because it's mythology.
And also, if he's immune to fucking mistletoe, how did she think, like, clay was gonna kill him? Or, like, dirt? I don't know, man. Just seems weird. But all mythology is weird. Well, not
I mean,
all of it, but
try
most
it
of it.
dirt.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes.
I mean, yeah, if someone force feeds you dirt, I guess. But the same thing will happen if someone force feeds you mistletoe.
That's true. Someone force feeds you anything, they're likely to die from it.
Yeah, if they feed you enough of it, and if you're not eating it, if you're like choking on it.
okay, I'm reading a bit up on it now. Once upon a time, Balder dreamed heavy dreams which seemed to forebode his death. So the goddess Freya, took an oath from fire and water, iron and all metals, stones and earth, from trees, sicknesses and poisons, and from all four-footed beasts, birds, and creeping things that they would not hurt Balder.
So Spiff has a great question. How does the man not touch mistletoe in all of those years?
Yeah, because didn't he have a death wish? Didn't he want to die and feel stuff?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
So
it
he
would
couldn't
make
have
sense that
known
he would go
about
out
it.
and search for-
So why did Show come in?
Why not?
All right, I didn't know.
I mean, he didn't cause a disturbance, so it's okay.
Mhm.
Didn't you have something to say? I thought you had to.
No, he didn't.
I'm confused.
He just
Oh,
he
okay.
literally just said slightly wondering how mad that'd be if I poked my head in, and I said go ahead and do it, and then he did.
Fair enough. All right.
Also,
Just
before I
gonna-
forget, I'm gonna edit the pinned message on our episodes, so we can talk about Genshin for episode 30.
I'm gonna post a link quick in your VC chat.
I'm not
And
playing
then just
Genshin, by the way.
Spiff, I'm
I
gonna
will
strangle
not
you.
play-
I'm not playing
will not play
Genshin.
it
I don't want to download Chinese spyware.
I refuse to play Gotcha.
You know what we can talk about instead of Genshin? The Chinese government. Since
Sorry,
they
I'd
basically
like to not
own the
be
game.
banned from Twitch.
Yeah, I want to get banned from
I'd
Twitch.
Like to.
Yo, did you know that Taiwan is a country?
This great thing we're going. For all intents and purposes, that is a joke.
No, it's not. Taiwan is a country. We don't want to get banned from Twitch, though. That part was a joke.
I've linked the story. If you want to read it aloud.
Nah, I think we're good.
Right, but I'm leaving again.
Okay, bye. Oh, you said you're reading it. Oh, wait, no, you said he's leaving. Okay, yeah.
Are we rating, or do we have something else to talk about?
Let me think. Oh, here's one. What do you guys think is gonna happen? Okay, so, spoilers for God of War 2018. I'm giving you guys time to click off or mute now. Spoilers for God of War 2018. I'll say something in chat when we're done talking about it. So Atreus is actually Loki. And he is supposed to cause the Ragnarok. And the Ragnarok is basically the end of the world. Also, what is this fucking ad break?
Yes.
1 of 4? Are you fucking shitting me?
What?
I will fix this after stream.
Oh, you have 4 ads for a channel?
Yeah,
You're paying for your greed.
I am. I turned on ads thinking, oh, it'll be 30-second ads like everything else on Twitch. Apparently fucking not.
No.
No, we don't get to choose how many ads go before people can access.
Either way. So my question for you guys was, so in actual mythology, Loki gives birth to the serpent eater, snake eater, world eater. That's what it's called, world eater.
Jotunmonger.
Thank you. I was just about to say his name and fuck it up. And Jorgen, the snake, is the one that's supposed to destroy the world. The world serpent. Thank you. But in God of War, Loki didn't actually give birth to it, obviously, and also he's not gender fluid, so he can't give birth to things, as far as we're aware, anyway. What do you guys think is going to cause the end of the world in Ragnarok?
There's always supposed to be a
here's
Fenrir.
the interesting
Being
here's
part of
a
it.
Fenrir, yeah.
theory I heard. So you know how the different realms handle time differently?
Yes.
So there was a theory that the reason that there's no more giants is because that the giant realm is actually faster than Midgard instead of slower.
Oh.
And Ragnarok already happened in Giants realm. There's no giants left.
But aren't the giants a crucial part of the Ragnarok in Norse mythology? Like,
But it's
aren't
also
those
said that
things?
the world serpent will face Thor at Ragnarok. And as we know, God of War, at the end of it, spoilers again, sorry if I'm gonna say this. At the end of it, it is also revealed that Kratos will die.
Right.
With Atreus standing over his body looking like he's screaming up at the sky.
Okay, I missed that part.
See, that's where I saw that. The first time I saw that, I was very interested.
Okay.
So, but that's what Kratos saw it too. He didn't tell Atreus anything. So, Kratos knows it's going to happen because it was covered by the panel, and it, as Atreus has revealed, that that entire section of wall was their story.
Okay, yeah.
But then Kratos goes, "No, it's your story," which leads me again to believe that we will play Atreus at some point in God of War, Ragnarok, or a future game.
That would be interesting.
I feel like, this isn't spoilers, but I feel like there's gonna be 3 games, like 1, 2, and 3 were for the other series, Greek.
Right.
So I think Ragnarok is going to be, spoilers, the death of Kratos, and then I think the 3rd game will play as Atreus.
That's just a theory that I had from seeing that one panel.
A game theory!
Okay,
Alright, let's get
copyright.
sued.
Alright, I don't think we can get sued for that.
No, we can't.
Are you guys okay rating Girl DM?
Yeah, I was about to suggest someone else, but I'm not like with Girl DM.
Okay. Is it /raid or exclamation point raid? It's /raid,
/raid.
cool. Alright guys, this is the end of the NCR podcast. not as a whole, not as a whole. This is the end of this episode. This episode, as well as others, will be uploaded on YouTube at a later date. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you need any of the links, just type exclamation point and then the social media. We have a Twitter, a Facebook. No, we don't have Facebook. We have a Twitter, a YouTube, and a Discord. So, follow us.
Oh, damn it, I was doing it too, monkey.
Give us your money, give us your bits, give us your subscriptions, and remember, support the podcast. Tell us about your friend, or tell your friends about us.
Rave is being greedy again, as usual.
Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it on the podcast, but I did a job interview today, so there you go.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Alright, bye everyone!
Bye.
Yay.